It is fall time, the fall spectacular menu, so we definitely need a fall dessert, and that would include, you guessed it, apples, right? Apples, apples, apples. Now, this particular recipe is called apple brownies. It was given to me by a friend years ago. It's delicious. Brownies kind of sounds like it's confusing, but there's actually no chocolate, but it kind of has a nice texture like brownies, kind of like apple cake, so to speak. So for this particular recipe, we're using, I think, Granny Smith and Honeycrisp, because that's what I had. This is butter. But, you know, really whatever apples you have, you happen to go apple picking, I mean, you know, just use those apples. So, you know, I don't really like when people like kind of, you know, prohibit themselves from doing something if they don't feel like they have the exact ingredient. Kind of, that's how you get better at cooking. Just kind of substitute with what you have. Okay, so to start here, we have our butter that is cut up, and we're going to add our sugar. So butter and sugar go in together. It's a lot of sugar, but you know, it is dessert, right? Now, bear with me here. This mixer is like 0 to 60, so it is going to be like a little crazy. Like, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, okay. Oh my God. Oh no, let's see. I'm a little scared. Okay, I feel like Julia Child. Like I can't even. That is like the lowest that it goes. Yeah, that's the lowest. I need a new mixer, but we're gonna keep going here. And of course, one thing I will tell you with this is that having, like, this is a good bowl, but really it's like the deeper one would be better. Alright, so I'm just kind of, see, this is what happens in the kitchen. It's not perfect, doesn't always work, so we're gonna just kind of add this. Alright, just kind of mix it up, then we're gonna turn it on again. Let's make a little bit of headway here, so I'm just kind of crushing it up here with my hand. Okay, here we go. Messy. I'm afraid to add the eggs. Okay. All right, so we're gonna maybe use a little bit of hand whisk here, maybe pick up any residual pieces. That's not so bad. All right, so what I'm gonna do, kind of keep this going a little bit more, a little creaming. Okay. We're going to add our 2 eggs. Put those right in there. Obviously, you know, a lot of you probably have one of those nice, you know, KitchenAid stand mixers. I do as well, but just not right here with me, so we're just decided to use this one. Once we add our eggs and get some liquid in here, it'll be a little better. Okay. So I'm going to go and mix that up one more time here with our mixer. That's better. The eggs definitely help. But you know, it's okay. I mean, cooking is not perfect. Don't feel like you have to be perfect. You don't have to get everything right every time, right? I can actually turn it up. Whew. All right, that's redemption. I redeem myself a little bit here. Okay, looking good. A little arm workout here. Okay. All right, so this is the butter and the sugar and the egg. Looks really good. Okay, now for our dry ingredients here, we have flour, all-purpose flour. You could add like the white wheat flour if you wanted to add a little bit of that to it. That would kind of give it like a little bit of a heartier feel or heartier taste. I'm sorry. Okay, nutmeg, cinnamon, salt, baking powder, baking soda. So all those are in. These are the dry ingredients. I'm going to combine these. I am going to add some walnuts. You can do nuts, no nuts, you know, kind of whatever you want. I like walnuts. We're going to add a little bit of walnuts. And then we're going to add our apples at the end. Okay. So here goes our dry ingredients. Oh, I'm sorry. No, sorry. Yeah, so here goes our dry ingredients. Maybe just a little bit at a time here. Well, I think we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna just mix it a little bit by hand before we go ahead and add our apples, so it doesn't get too crazy all over the place. Okay, so I'm gonna keep mixing here just nice and gently, and I'm gonna add the apples in a minute, and then we will tune back in a sec. Okay, so I mixed it a little bit more. Actually, the recipe said to add the apples before the flour, and I just kind of reversed it, but it's okay. No big deal. So there goes our apples. So it's 3 apples, you know, kind of 3 smallish medium apples. So I'm going to mix this in. I'm going to turn the mixer on a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Obviously your, you know, Cuisinart, or I'm sorry, not Cuisinart, but your KitchenAid mixer would probably be a little better than my crazy experiment here. Fine. Not ideal, but it's alright. Apples flying. A little bit more. Alright. A little bit more. Keep going here. Alright, looks good. So what we're going to do is just add a little bit of walnuts. I'm going to get more of a, like a metal spoon that'll have a little more. Yeah. Okay, this looks good. So all I'm going to do now is just take it here, and I'm going to add it to our buttered, you know, kind of 13 by 9 pan here. And then what's really cool about this particular dish is that what we're going to do is add a little bit of raw sugar on the top. So we're going to sprinkle this on top. The raw sugar is really good for baking, like when you make like banana bread or you know, any kind of quick breads in the oven, or little desserts like this. So okay, it's really come together now. I think it looks good despite the crazy mixer here. It's all right. Life's not perfect, like I said, so don't worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to add this in. And we're going to add the sugar on top, and this will bake in the oven. Okay, so we spread it out. Take a look. You can see kind of the sparkly sugar on top, which is that raw sugar, like a good little tip. It just kind of gives it that crunch on the top. We're going to bake it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, but we're going to start checking it at 25 because I am baking it on convection, so that circulates the air, so that's going to make it go faster. So always kind of watch your baked goods. Once you really start to smell your baked goods, then they're, you know, close to being done. All right, so the apple brownies are ready. They came out of the oven. They're still a little bit warm here. Like any dessert, you know, put a toothpick in, and it was, you know, 90% clean, so I'm confident that they're done. It took, I would say, like 35, 36 minutes, so between 30 and 40 minutes. So it definitely, you know, took the amount of time here. So let's take a look at that. You see it's so nice and tender, you know, because of the apples add so much kind of juiciness. This is one of those end pieces, right? People like the end pieces. Let's see. Looks good. Take like a little piece here for me. Oh my god. The problem is if I have this in my house, I'm going to eat it. Because it tastes so good. It's great. You definitely need the 40 minutes. 350. Whatever apples you have. Don't forget about the crunchy sugar on top, because it really adds a lot of nice flavor and crunch at the end. And, you know, perfect little fall treat.